War Sovereign Soaring, the Heavens Be Feng Qin Yang. Chapter 1. Weapons Specialist Ling Tianin, an antique-styled room. Ling Tian jolted awake. Not good. I've fallen into a trap. He didn't even have the time to open his eyes as he reflexively slapped his hands against the ground, intending to use the counterforce produced to leap up and flee. This was an instinctual reaction for an outstanding member of the Special Forces. The moment his hands touched the ground, an aching pain jolted through his hand like lightning, along with a burst of powerlessness. Ling Tian opened his eyes as his mind trembled. "Tian, you're finally awake." A woman's gentle and pleasantly surprised voice drifted into his ears. Ling Tian looked towards the source of the voice and found a delicate face full of love, attentively gazing at him. He saw a classical beauty who was breathtakingly beautiful and absolutely drop-dead gorgeous. In Ling Tian's mind, a familiar stream of memories unfolded. Ling Tian, citizen of Hu, formerly serving in the nation of Hu's elite Wolfang Special Forces Army Division, he rendered innumerable meritorious deeds throughout his service. He took part in the International Special Forces competition, winning the honor of top individual combatant, and was acknowledged as the king of weapons specialists. Later, in an SSS-ranked multinational mission, a slight mistake on his part led to the sacrifice of a comrade. Riddled with guilt, he chose to retire and left the Wolfang Division. After retiring, there was no news of him for some time. He chose to go abroad and became the trump card of an internationally renowned mercenary organization. Any mission that he took part in would have an unparalleled success rate of 100%. He had retired from the Wolfang Division many years ago. His heart was still with his homeland, as long as a mission was detrimental to the nation of Hua. Not only would he decline the mission, but he would also uncover the identity of the person who issued the mission and brutally slaughter him. As time passed on, he became a thorn in the side of every nation besides the nation of Hua. In the eyes of the other nations, he was a time bomb. Slaughter and bloodshed would follow wherever he went. Various countries started plotting against him, sparing no expense to hire world-class assassins, however. Ling Tian's life grew more comfortable as the days went by, and the assassins vanished into thin air. Eventually, no assassin were willing to accept the suicide mission anymore. Trying to kill Ling Tian was the same as committing suicide. This statement was universally acknowledged by both the assassin and mercenary world. He, Ling Tian, was not only a formidable weapon specialist, but he was also a master practitioner of form and will boxing, who even managed to cultivate his internal energy. He was rarely able to meet an opponent around the world. Even on the rare occasion that he did meet one, he never lost. Not long ago, Ling Tian received news from his most trusted broker. Our nation had created a type of a colorless and tasteless biological weapon. They were planning to transport the weapon into the nation of Hua. To carry out an atrocious conspiracy, naturally Ling Tian would not sit idly by and let this happen. He took action. With the help of his broker, the location of the biological weapons were pinpointed, just when he succeeded in carving out a path of blood and entering the underground laboratory. And just when he was about to destroy the batch of biological weapons, the underground laboratory suddenly caved in, trapping him in a fully sealed cage. When he caught sight of our countrymen appearing outside the cage one by one, firearms in their hands, Ling Tian understood right away. This was a conspiracy. A conspiracy against him. He was betrayed by the person he trusted the most. Otherwise, with his level of astuteness, that our countrymen's conspiracy would never have been able to succeed, even until the moment of death. Ling Tian couldn't figure it out. Ha 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 ha.
Yes.
As the thoughts raced through his mind, Ling Tian could not hold back and bursted out laughing. His mood was filled with delight. "Tian, what's wrong with you? Don't frighten your mother." The gentle voice sounded again, this time with a hint of annexiness. Ling Tian's mind was in chaos. He was absolutely sure he didn't recognize the woman in front of his eyes. However, the look in this woman's eyes seemed to be full of sincerity, and without any falsehood whatsoever. as if she was looking at her own kin. Just as Ling Tian was preparing to start a debate with this beautiful woman, a stream of foreign memories flowed into his mind. Ling Tian felt as if he was struck by lightning, completely dumbfounded, as though pressure was being applied to his acupuncture points. The only thing Ling Tian was pleased with was that this guy was also named Ling Tian. Duan Ling Tian. Duan Ling Tian. 15 years old. Fresh Breeze Town. Li family's disciple with another surname. His mother, Li Ro, was the Li family's 9th elder. His father, in his memories, there was no such person to begin with. In the process of merging with this segment of foreign memories, Ling Tian found the reason Duan Ling Tian was severely injured and bedridden. This morning, Li family's 7th elder's youngest son, Li Xin, insulted Duan Ling Tian by calling him a bastard son who only knew his mother but not his father. Duan Ling Tian snapped into a fit of rage and started fighting with Lin Shi. But how could Duan Ling Tian, who had not even achieved the body tempering stage, be a match for Li Xin, who had already achieved level 2 of body tempering stage? He was immediately severely injured by Li Xin and sent to the verge of death. Just as Duan Ling Tian inhaled his last breath of air, Ling Tian took over Duan Ling Tian's entire being, including Duan Ling Tian's body and memories. After completely merging with the foreign memories, Ling Tian sighed. He knew from this moment onwards he would be using the identity of Duan Ling Tian to integrate himself into this foreign world. Today onwards, he would be Duan Ling Tian, and Duan Ling Tian would be him. "Madam, the patriarch sent some medicine over." A voice sounded from the side of his ears, making Duan Ling Ting look up towards the source of the voice. A servant girl hurriedly entered the room and handed over the small and exquisite case in her hands to Li Ro. A medicinal fragrance drifted in the air immediately as the small case was opened. "Tian, come, take this medicinal pill. Mother will treat your injuries." Li Ro took out a dark-looking medicinal pill from the case and guided it to the front of Duan Ling Tian's mouth. Taking a deep breath, Duan Ling Tian opened his mouth and swallowed the pill. The pill dissolved upon entering his mouth and turned into a warm current as it entered his body. Subsequently, Duan Ling Tian noticed that Li Ro had placed her hand on his chest. A stream of ice-cold current passed into his body, dissolving the warm current from the pill and treating his injuries. An hour later, Li Ro finished up. Duan Ling Tian noticed that half of the aching pain in his body had disappeared. Lacking any strain whatsoever, he was startled. Was what he took just now some sort of elixir of life? Meanwhile, Duan Ling Tian noticed that Li Ro's face was pale as beads of cold sweat dripped out of her forehead. Obviously, she expended too much origin energy in treating his injuries. "Mom, are you all right?" Duan Ling Tian's heart felt warm. His voice sounded intimate, without a hint of artificialness. "Mother is fine. I just need to rest for a while." Li Ro shook her head while smiling. For the sake of her son, expending this little bit of origin energy was nothing. Half an hour later, the servant girl entered the room and lightly said, "Madam, the patriarch sent someone to inquire if you would release young Master Xin now. The patriarch and 7th elder are still waiting in the punishment hall." "Release him? Go tell the person the patriarch sent that I will deal with this matter myself." The gentle and amiable expression on Li Ro's face was completely gone, replaced by an icy cold expression, causing the room to feel as if the temperature had gone down slightly. Duan Ling Tian's heart stirred. Never did he think that this woman, who was as beautiful as a flower, would be so protective. Double quotes, Mom. What was that pill you gave me earlier? I feel like my injuries are nearly healed. Duan Ling Tian got up from bed, lightly stretching his body. Silly child. That was a grade 8 gold injury pill. Li Ro lightly smiled. Grade 8 gold injury pill. Duan Ling Tian sifted through the foreign memories in his mind. It turned out that even within Fresh Breeze Town's Li family, there were only 2 of this grade 8 gold injury pills. Now, one had been used on him, a disciple with another surname. It looked like his mother had quite a high status in the Li Family, Tian the patriarch is waiting for us. Let's go. Li Ro brought Duan Ling Tian to a spacious courtyard in the Li family estate. Instruments of torture laid, scattered around the vast courtyard. This was where punishment in the Li family was carried out. The punishment hall. It was exactly noon, and the sun was burning high in the sky. The surroundings of the punishment hall were filled with people. Li family disciples had come to watch the show. In the middle of the courtyard, a youth was tied to a pillar under the blazing sun, with two middle-aged men standing by his side. The cross-eyed middle-aged man on the right side had an expression of rage when he noticed the arrival of Duan Ling Tian and his mother. Duan Ling Tian has arrived. The family's precious grade 8 gold injury pill has such a strong effect. Was there when Duan Ling Tian was carried away, half dead. But now, after taking the grade 8 gold injury pill, he's back to being full of vigor and vitality. Usually Lin Xin would